Stop the fight. Stop the fight. I've seen enough. I'm not talking about the John Jones fight last night. That was well worth the wait. Glad he's back. I know the fight wasn't that great, but he dominated just like he always does. He's a bad man, that guy. This isn't about John Jones, though. This is about another massacre, another dominating performance that we saw last night. And that was the Dallas Stars completely embarrassing the defending champion Colorado Avalanche. And we're going to dive into why that is so important or why that was such a moment for me into believing in the Stars team. So I'm going to go out and say what my futures play is. It's the Dallas Stars to win the Western Conference at plus 650. Now, before I get every fan of every Western Conference team mad at me in my DMs, I'm going to tell you why. Well, first of all, looking at the standings, they're atop the entire Western Conference in points. I know they're only up by one, but they're still top three and winning the Central. They're going to make the playoffs, and this team can stack up against anybody. We saw them embarrass the Avs last night or during the day, and that's because they have depth now. They added Max Domi. They added a couple other depth pieces. They didn't add anyone maybe with a name like Patrick Kane or Timo Meyer, but they got what they needed. And that was depth on the third and fourth lines to help produce scoring because let's face it, they're a great team. They have one of the best goalies in the league. He's top 5 in about every category you want from your young goalie. He's a stud. He plays very well home and away. This team in general plays very well home and away. If you look at other teams, some teams have bad home and road splits, or they're bad on the road, or some teams sometimes can't play at home. This team is 17-8-8 at home and 17-8-5 on the road. They struggled a little bit before the deadline. They got their pieces. I think they kind of struggled there. Now they're going to get hot right before the playoffs, and that's exactly what you want. The Eastern Conference has the guys like the Bruins, the Hurricanes, the Devils, the Rangers, the Leafs, the Lightning. Teams you don't want to play. The West is not as much of a gauntlet. I mean, let's face it. This team can stack up against anybody. And we saw what they just did to the Avs. I'm not saying that they're going to sweep the Avs or do whatever, but I think that they can compete with any team in the conference. They did what they needed to do at the deadline. I trust their goalie a lot more than a lot of these other teams. And at plus 650 to just win the West, we're getting them to go to the Stanley Cup. You could bet them plus 1,500 on some books to win the Stanley Cup. But like I said, that Eastern Conference gauntlet, I'm not sure if they could beat them yet, but I will take this value straight to the bank, plus 650, the Dallas Stars to win the Western Conference. They're top 10 in expected goals. They're top 10 power play, top 10 penalty kill, top 5 expected goals in all situations. That's including power play, 4-on-5, 5-on-5, everything. They're top 5. The one thing this team does very well is that they don't allow goals. They allow the third least amount of goals per game, right behind the Hurricanes and the Bruins at 2.59 per game. They just need to find depth in scoring, which they got at the deadline. If they can score goals, they can score 3-4 goals a game. This team can beat anybody. It's more just, can they put the puck in the back of the net? And I think with the guys that they got, they have veterans, they have young talent, a good goalie, can play home and road. This just makes too much sense for me. I'm back in the Dallas Stars to win the Western Conference plus 650. Take it with me to the bank. I'm going to enjoy watching these playoffs, and hopefully I see you guys flooding the comments after this bet hits. Till next time, for the FlashPicks play of the day, I'm MattyChucks. I'll see you guys later.